Well, in Jeremy Guthrie's last start in Toronto, he had to leave the game with back spasms. There's been a question mark as to whether or not he'd be healthy enough to make his scheduled start tomorrow in Pittsburgh. Well, today Buck Showalter confirmed that he will make that start, and he was asked about what his backup plan would be.
In a perfect world, I've got Birkin too, so I think we're going to be covered both ways unless we get into an extra inning game and some things. So I think we're going to be in good shape either way. But I don't really see trying to stay away from a guy necessarily unless, there's a real, slanted game one way or the other.
Are you concerned that if you don't play him in the field, that he'll go a week and get maybe at most five swings?
No, well, yeah, it's certainly a little break, but he's getting at bat almost every night. So. It's really, when you DH, you basically pinch hit 4 or 5 times. So it'd be different if he was playing every day in the outfield, that type of thing. I kind of look at the positives of it too. And if you look at some of the history from last year and everything, I think there's as many positives to be gained from it as the other way around.
Do you have any news on Roberts? I know he was supposed to be here today. Have you heard anything?
Well, Richie had communication with him today, and he's flying in. I think tonight here now, and I'm going to see the doctor tomorrow. So I would think sometime tomorrow we'd see him. I'm not real sure, but that's kind of up to the doctors and what they think's best. But I know with his flight arrangement today, he wasn't going to get here today for the workout.
Is there any progress about a long-term bullpen solution?
Long-term bullpen.
That's bullpen coach solution.
Crow and I talked about our bullpen. Gary came in today and we talked some about it, and I think you'll see us do something a little more definitive when we get off this road trip. Terry's, gonna finish up his trip, and then we'll make an adjustment.
So he won't.
Terry will probably do anything the organization needs him to do, but talking with him and everything, I think you'll see us make an adjustment. And really, as important, get him back to doing what he was doing for Andy and the organization before this presented itself. We were lucky to have him on for this trip. He's done a great job with it. And talking to him, and getting a feel for it. Same thing that we thought, and Andy and I talked about it when we left. That I think we'll sit down when we get back, with that off day and get something more definitive. In fact, I think Andy and I have a conversation probably tomorrow, and I'll update him on what Crow and our conversation went, and kind of give him some feelings about what Rick and I would consider options, and then Andy will make a decision, I'm sure.
Is Brian Graham a possibility?
Everybody. We looked at, gotta be careful about robbing from Peter to pay Paul too. Brian's very good at what he does. He's basically coordinating everything down there, and you start taking it, you almost get to a point where you want to take something that affects the organization as a whole the least.